Okay, guys, I guess this is might be very nearly a 1-year birthday session. What a day to learn to do the splits, eh? Yes, so I think I'm on today's session. I've set the course or the bearing as to do the splits, all right, or to work towards training the component parts for that. So don't worry if you can't start me, I can't really need that.
Sorry, Matt, your sound is not.
Course.
Matt,
Let's have a think now about what kind of things that you would need for that. So we're going to start with a little bit of hip external rotation. All right, actually classic 1990 stuff.
Matt,
You always work from the inside out. The joint thing where those two bones meet side by side. All right, and then we can go out into the longer tissues. Have I gone? Am I still there or not? Just very quiet.
you're very unclear when you move away.
Okay. Say again. Sorry about this, guys.
Let's say just breaking up when you're away from the camera.
Oh, right. Okay. What bizarre. It's not happened before. Let me try again.
Yep.
Is that better? So that's good. Well, I'm back here. Still okay?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it shouldn't even need my technical support. Thanks. Right, as I was saying, so yeah, we'll start from the inside out, and we can get to some of those other tissues, the longer stuff, groins, hamstrings, etc. I am going to start, as I have done previously, with a little bit of breathing. Just to get that ribcage to behave, how it behaves with your pelvis, but then also to learn how to keep that ribcage in position when you're breathing through some of the longer stretches. As a result, there's quite a bit that I want to get through today. So I'm going to just do some targeted cards. All right, so we're going to do neck, a little bit of spine up here, and then move down, hips, and then we're going to go straight into these other little bits and pieces. All right, so we won't get through wrists and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully you guys are doing it every day anyway. Without further ado, find a space. All right, position you feel comfortable. One hand on belly button, one hand on abdomen, chest, double chin, pulling the crown of the head towards the ceiling, trying to move one vertebrae at a time, and then back up towards the ceiling. Down, back up. Always like to do this for the morning. Down. Keep that double chin. Trace the collarbone now. No pain on the closing angle. Try not to turn the torso. Ear behind shoulder. Stretching the chin up towards the ceiling. Through the throat, not through the back of the head. Left ear, left shoulder. Keep it smooth. To the left. Ear behind shoulder. Feel that stretch up towards the ceiling. If you're going a little bit faster, fine. If you find points of interest and you want to kind of block and roll it, fast forward, fast back. Last step. Left shoulder. Good. If you like to give yourself a little hug, do that. If not, hands across the shoulders. Forward fold. Rotate to one side. Keep that ribcage down. Right shoulder, right pocket. Stretch on the left hand side now. Keep that crunch down right hand side. So we then take up elbows towards the ceiling, chest bone towards the ceiling, extend, rotate, left shoulder, left pocket, stretch on the outside, full foot. Oh, yes. You can get some deep breaths in there as well, expansion through the ribcage to the left. Breathe in. Rotate. Okay, lying on your side or on all fours, depending on which one you feel most comfortable. We're going to do those hip cars, 90 degrees at the knee, regardless of your start position. Yes. So 90 degrees here, hands out, head supported if you want to on the cushion. We're going to just tuck the tailbone just a little bit. Ribcage behaving in, knee to chest, open up, dog, hand and belly scratch, bottom knee stays on the floor, push them wide, don't roll onto your back. Stay tucked with the tailbone, so load the hip down, internally rotate, foot towards ceiling. It's all in that jeans pocket area, stretch back, and down. Just take a breath here. Breathe out. In, up, stay tucked, internally rotate, donkey kick, keep internally rotating, foot higher than knee, low down, take a breath, breathe out, and reverse, donkey kick, external rotation, up towards the elbow, and towards the middle, donkey kick, take a breath, open up. Now with this sort of setting bearing the box splits, what's nice is I could run 3 different courses, 3 different classes, all with that same bearing, and then they could just be structured completely different, because we're always training to use sort of a system rather than just a set series of exercise. So I'll try to explain as we go along what are the sort of decision-making points, and therefore you can then be like, okay, well I could do it this way instead, but I understand the rationale of why we're doing rotation first and then linear stuff, etc. Indeed, some of you may have to go for progress, regress options, okay? Up and over. In which case, your practice today is going to look slightly different from mine. That's hips done. I did say in the email, a yoga block, big cushion, a couple of towels, and a yoga strap or a tea towel or anything that you sort of, or another longer towel is going to be helpful. All right. The first position I want everybody in is 90-90. So one that we know. Let's start with something that we know. I want to get through some passive stretching into hip external rotation first. Front leg. Obviously, you don't have to go and get that now. All right. Hopefully, you should be bringing it. Anyway, so 90-90, trying to find a stretch over the front leg. So, just going to try and hit some sort of warm up, tails and rails here. Okay. So focusing on this front leg, position that we know, like out to the side if you need it. Okay, if this is a little bit restricted here or underneath, lean out to the side. Then you'll have a much better experience. This back leg is not so important. It can be back. It can be a bit longer if you want to as well. We want to be focusing on the capsule, in this instance, my right leg goes forward. Okay, I try to rotate forward, chest in line with my knee. And then I go through my checks to try and find a stretch in this hip of the front leg. So I'm going to tilt my pelvis out. Okay. I'm going to bring my belly button forward. And then I'm going to give a direction of my hips backwards to left. Even though I'm stuck to the floor. I've got some experienced people here today, so I've got it's fairly experienced. So now you're in this position, I just want you to breathe in that rest and digest. You should be able to maintain the stretch, but without being resonatory. Okay? Now we can get that idea of a circle in your mind, or the idea of maybe like bathroom scales over your foot. Okay, as we then go in for some directional force, and this is hails. Okay, that's progressive angular isometric loading, which will load the tissues that are now on stretch, the outside and the back of this right hip. Circling your mind out like that, because I like to get left hand or right hand down the wheel. Take a breath in, breathe out, cage down, and then start to increase force into the floor through your foot. Okay, the femur wants to feel like it's rotating down towards the floor. You let it scale underneath that foot would be getting heavier. I want you to go through percentages of effort, so building up to 60%. And when you get to 60%, I want you to hold at that effort. That should enable you to keep making small changes to make sure that you get access to the right tissue. We'll come back for a second round in a minute. Keep holding at 65, 4, 3. Now we're going to switch direction. 2, 1. Knee feels heavy now. Foot wants to come off the floor because you're contracting stuff from outside of your hip. For lots of us, it feels weird. So we give the cue of trying to get that foot up off the floor. Torso, everything else stays exactly there. Try to lift in. Back at 60 for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and dial down. Back into a bit of stretch, okay? You may have to come forward a little bit. This time, a little bit shorter, a little bit higher. So now it's going to be your greatest and safest effort in both directions when I call them, all right? Body remains as a statue. Now, because we're going for a high effort now, you can then start to affect your breathing, maybe feel some body shaking, but I really want you to be able to go up and hold that maximum effort for about 5 seconds. So, circling your mind again, find that stretch tissue. First of all, we're thinking about scales underneath the foot, heavy into the floor. 3, 2, breathe in, breathe out, ribcage down, abs tight, driving that foot down through 20%, 30, 40, keep driving it down into the floor, foot down first, 60, 70, 80, you're on your own now. Greatest and safest step, drive left hand down on the wheel. 5, 4, 2, 1. Switch, maximum effort up. Keep going up, lift that foot up, contract on the outside of the hip. Oh, that's good. Keep lifting. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and dial down. Oh, pretty good. I'm going to get a little bit of stuff going on here. Okay, external rotation on the other side. Okay, straight into the other side. Again, get comfy. This leg from the back, you take it out of the equation. The leg is up, get something underneath. You need to sit on something. Go. All right, whatever you need to do in order to get access to that tissue at the back of your left hip. Okay, facing forwards. Another couple of breaths. Okay, 2 rounds again here. Tilt the hips, stick the tailbone in the air. Take the belly button forward slightly in the direction of the hips backwards as you push into the back of that. Something underneath that left leg here that enables you to over-exaggerate that tilt might be just what you need. All right, so as you ask for cushion now, for other exercises we're going to do, just try that with the left hip. Take a breath. Circling your mind again on the bathroom stairs, whatever works for you. Go right hand down, foot to the floor. Breathe out. Into all that space, drive the foot down. 20%. When you get to 60 in this first one, so you can adjust and make those adjustments, just explore that hip. 40, 60. hold, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, opposite direction now, trying to contract the outside of the hip, knee down, foot feels light as you try and pick it up off the floor. Not going to be a lot of action there, so I'll just trust you that it's coming up. Keep building towards 60%, 50, 40, 30, 12, keep contracting. 4, 3, 2, dial that tension down. Like I said, if you need to lean out to the side, that's absolutely fine. Feeling function up here, get comfortable, tension, position. Intention is more important than position. I mean, that's the side a little bit more. I can get into a slightly different set of fibers. Back corner of my hip, take a breath in. Right hand down on the hip again, drive that foot down into the floor. Femurs rotating down towards the middle. Also using my hand to push away. Getting this to work, down. Through 60 now, up to 70. 80, you're on your own. Maximum effort. Release your hands a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, switch. Knee down, foot up, maximum effort straight away. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Dial down. Right. We're going to continue that hip. That's specifically hip external rotation. Yeah, you can do that in a variety of different positions. So we'll get through quite a bit today. That's going to stay. Because I've got to go through quite a bit today. We're going to revert to a sort of a classic position. We know that lots of people have done before. Now, we're going to do some more time stuff. So this is going to be 90 seconds on each side. Okay. We're going to keep going with that external rotation theme, but we're going to do it from a sort of more a different position, and there's going to be some other focus on the back leg as well. All right, so the position is a long lunge. Okay, so for lots of you, it's going to be foot forward, long at the back leg. Okay, now if I show you front on, you can get onto the outside of your foot and allow that knee to fall to the outside. Okay, it'll feel a little bit more aggressive than the next probably. All right, and then you've also got this stuff going on the back leg. All right, if you can't get too far on that here, all right, you can then start using the cushion in order to build you up. All right. We hold for 90 seconds, exploring the back of the stick the whole time. If you feel balanced, you can take the inside arm, put it up against the inside shoulder, up against the knee, and then you can do positional isometrics against your leg throughout 90 seconds. You can push in, 5-10 seconds, drive away. And then meet yourself at the next bit. Push in, drive away. Come back out, push in, drive away. All right? We're just trying to find a balance. That's also just some mini pairs around, so it's not all passive. All right? Right foot forward. 90 seconds on the clock. 3, 2, 1. Oh, let's see the clock. Start. You need to have your foot flat, it's also fine. Okay? So we're just breathing, trying to let that knee get closer to the floor. Do a bit of passive work, and then you can start positional isometrics. So when you see my arm is up against my leg here, I'm now pushing into that resistance, bringing my knee in towards the middle. 5 seconds or so, 10 seconds or so, and then I'm going to try and get away from my arm, shoulder, whatever it is. 10 seconds. And then go back to some active work inside. So I start pulling in, pulls through this band area here. If you're not able to replicate the exact position, for me, I'm in, if it's shallower, just push that leg out. "30 seconds to go, doing your own position isometric pairs and rounds." I know this feels like you're getting ready for the front splits, but we're really after this external rotation. 10 seconds, other pails and rails. And check. Change up to the other side. Respect the other side. So it may be that you can't replicate the exact same position, but it's a bit shallow. You need 2 cushions. Okay? It's a long lunge position, outside of the foot if possible. 3, 2, 1, time on. Start with just breath and seeing if you can just relax that leg further down. Okay? We'll be moving up through the back leg. Once you feel like you've got control of the breath, then you can start to pails and rails. You're really well balanced, you can start to push away. Okay? Most people will need to be hands on the floor, a little bit closer to the ankle. Start to position isometric now, push into the leg. And then try and pull away from your arm. Push in. Pull away. That's that stuff. Actively pulling that knee towards the ground. In last time. Okay. All the way. Okay. External rotation. Focused a lot on that because you need some of that external rotation in this position, which we're going to get to in a bit. I'm just going to come back to hips in a second. We're going to do a little bit of a sort of a breathing, lower back, a little bit of movement. So this is just to give you a break from those two those 2 extreme positions. So lying on your back now, you can take your thumb and your index finger and just clamp around your bottom. Okay. Lower back wants to remain in the floor. When we do breath in, I want your tongue to push to the top of your mouth. All right. When you breathe out, you can breathe out fully through the mouth. Try to feel like your fingers are coming together. And you breathe in, they're expanding outwards. Okay. But in between each breath, we're going to do some pelvic tilts, some rocking and rolling. It is not pushing off the floor through the heels, merely pelvis bones rock forward, and then you tuck your tailbone underneath you, pull it in with this stuff. Okay? It feels like you want to try that, but I'm just interested in these rocks. 3 to 5 up and downs in between these next 3 deep breaths. Okay, so squeeze the ribcage, tongue to the top of the mouth, breathe in. Breathe out. In this pause, rock. Rock. If you need to breathe, breathe. Breath in. Tailbone curl underneath you, back towards the spine. Last breath. Okay. Flip it over, everybody face downward. We're going to go and expand out. So we did some rotational stuff at the beginning, then we did some larger rotational position. Excuse me. Now we're going to do a stretch called the diamond stretch. So face down, be comfortable, head down. Your feet and the soles of your feet are going to come together. Okay? Point the toes, breathe the ribcage down, pelvic hip bones face the floor, not bum up in the air. You just try to give a little bit of a squeeze through the buttocks, and then pushing your feet together, lower them to a level where you start to feel sensation in and around this sort of hip area. All right, so this is going to be our first position where we're training some of that linear stuff. All right, if you prefer to do it here, okay, knees higher, just probably means the feet aren't going to get as low, you can be a bit narrower. All right, there's no right or wrong here. Just got to make straight together. All right, option hands here. Another 90 seconds just breathing. All right, allowing gravity to take the stretch. And then you're just playing around with your pelvis position, trying to keep it tucked. Maybe then going, just realizing what I'm doing. Then maybe giving yourself a little bit of squeeze together with the feet, push down into the floor with your knees. Little pales movement, and then keeping the feet together. You think about putting the knees apart. All right, so about a minute, just to let gravity take it. We're going to ramp it up again soon after. So, a little bit of a combination today of a gymnastic thought process in terms of a series of exercises, but through the lens of functional range conditioning. So in these positions, just not being just passive, learning to drive the knees down, open up, drive the knees down, open up. 30 seconds, using some of the tools and the techniques that we would apply to wrist extension or shoulder lift or whatever. Pick a position, you know now that we're trying to expand, and just spend some time there passively, rewiring the stretch reflex, and then we rewire it by doing something, the active stuff. There was where else to start with and some of the stretching. So, okay, relax. So that was quite passive, all right? And now I want to go into knees nice and wide, big toes into the floor. The position that we're sort of familiar with, the sessions that we've done, frog base position. Now we are going to start putting in a little bit more force, okay? If it's been a while since you've been in this position or it's just not your favorite, all right, you can be hands up here, no problem. On the sofa, you can build yourself up to the overlock. It's a bit more comfortable for you. You can have it on the floor. I just want to get access to that inside tissue. Okay, inside tissue, inside of it. All right. Now we're going to do some tails and rails. All right, tails and rails here is to drive the knees in towards the floor or in towards together. All right, that would be your tails move, loading the tissue on the inside. Rails is going to be to drive the knees apart, trying to get your groin closer to the floor, using this outside step. Okay, you can see how this would be important. For the box squat, all right, if you're not so comfortable with your feet turned out, you can be flat toes pointed. The focus here is inside stuff. 3 rounds of tails and rails, so we're not going to go for it yet. You can level it out so that you only do the last one as a max effort. You can do all 3 as the maximum safe if you want. You have some experience. If you're doing max efforts a little bit, hold as long, that's fine. Okay. Stay with me if you can. If not, you know that we're going to try and do 3 efforts. Take a breath in through the nose, tongue push the top of the mouth. Breathe out. Ribcage down. Start driving the knees into the floor. 20%. 40. 60. Hold there at 60 if you're happy. If not, go up higher. 80. Safest effort. 4, 3, 2. Quick as you can. Drive away with your knees. Try to get further away from each other. Think about outside hip stuff up here. Pushing apart. Up to your safest effort now. Drive apart. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. If you've got a new position available to you, go for that now. One more deep breath, round 2. Breathe out. Drag those knees, pull those ankles and knees together. 20, 40, 60. Hold it at 60 if you want to, if not, up to. Safest and greatest effort now. 5, 4, 3, 2, quick as a flash, drive those knees, ankles away from each other. Keep that rib cage down. 40, 60. Bring more tissue in. Safest effort. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you've had enough, stop. Find a comfortable position while we do the last ones. Deeper if you can, guys. Take a breath in through the nose. Breathe out. Finish that exhale, start pulling the knees together. 40, 60, 80, greatest and safest effort. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drive apart. Greatest and safest effort. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dial down. I know this sucks. Slowly away. Everybody is resting already.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Knees together if this is available to see the child's pose just forward. Oh yes. Okay. More advanced technique now, similar to positions to the one we just did. We're going to do this as a time thing. If at any point you need to stop, stop. If you have any sharp pain, obviously stop. Okay. We're going to do some kinetic stretching, which we've done before with squats. It is using the pails and rails directional force idea, but through movement, so rather than an isometric. So we've done it with squat. We set ourselves in a squat position, pull ourselves down with regressive tissue, hip flexors, hamstrings, shins in that option. We've held, pulling those tissues still, and then to drive it out, we've used progressive tissue, which in the squat is glutes, quads, calves. And I will talk you through that now in the front-based position. Okay, 60 seconds we're going to go for doing these kinetic squats, kinetic stretches. Okay, you're working in kinetic stretch through more of a mid-range. Okay, so not really at the extremes. So you may be able to generate a little bit more force, but it is the first time you've done it, so be mindful of that. Okay, the position, I would go hands flat. If you're on your fists, that's fine. Back into these front position. And what we're going to be doing is moving forward and moving back deep into that shape. Okay, as my hips travel backwards here, what I'm going to ask of you is that you use regressive tissue in order to get this. So as you come down, hips backwards, I want you driving away with the knees and pulling with the hip flexors. Okay, so you're trying to pull yourself, okay, like loading a spring, And then as we come forward, hips get close towards the floor, you're going to squeeze legs down into the floor and you come start forward. And then we switch again, pull back, drive knees down as we come forward. Everybody happy with that? Into position, 60 seconds. So it takes as long as it takes for each person in terms of moving in and out. 3, 2, 1, time on. So as I pull backwards, I'm thinking about driving my knees apart. As I come forward, I'm pushing them together. If you don't have your forearms here, that's fine. As I sink back, I'm driving my knees apart, I'm pulling up with my hip flexor. I'm driving my knees into the floor as I go forward. Far forward as I can. Squeeze. Up. Back. Driving knees apart. Squeeze knees together. Driving knees apart. Squeeze knees together. Driving knees apart. Squeeze knees together. 10 seconds. Driving knees apart. Squeeze knees together. Back to neutral. Out you come. Back into child's pose. All right, we're going to rest in this. So this is where the cushion might come from. So sitting on a cushion, on a yoga mat, yoga block, sorry, maybe it helps you. We want to get into a straddle position. Okay. Straddle position here, we've done before. We've not spent a huge amount of time here. We're normally doing lifts and out. Now we're going to do a little bit more stretching, passive stuff. If you already feel like a sort of satisfied in this position, all right, try sitting on something. Because in an ideal world, we would want you to be able to sit tall. It's not going to be possible for everybody to start. So having that block underneath you, and then you can move forward or come back. All right? I'm slightly angled up, the cushion might be able to do that as well. This first position is quite a big one. All right, so we're going to come down towards 1 foot. All right, that is passive work to start with. Okay, but I'm going to ask you to be doing mini pails and rails. If you want to, you can bring one leg in and you can lean down this way. Okay, doing that is going to promote a little bit more sensation into this sort of back left. This is the back left corner of my back. That's absolutely fine. You can just lean away. You can have your hand on the floor and lean away. Having space in this area is as important as having space underneath. If you can do it like this, you're going to get both hamstring and that back stuff at the same time. Okay. I use the yoga strap or a long towel around my foot, and then I can then pull myself down. I can use the floor to create force, and I can position myself as well. So what's going on with my legs? Well, the leg has got, you're stretching forward, toes are pulled up, and you're on the strap. Okay. The leg you're going away from is pointed and driving down into the floor. At all times, you're squeezing your quads. Okay. And to pull into these hips. All right. At the same time as doing that, what's going on? All right, you're trying to get that full exhale breath down. Okay, you can think about not only pulling your torso down with this hip flexor, active, pulling down this way, driving this leg down into the floor, which would open up that angle, so you're almost like pushing your body away. That's something that I found to be very, very helpful as well. Okay, so this is passive work with a little bit of pails and rails in your own time. Okay, pails and rails being push down into the floor, push down, push down, push down, and then crunch down, pull and close that gap and lift the leg up in towards you. Push the leg down into the floor, try and lift it up towards you. Okay, Don't look like me, do not worry. You can have the leg in, as you said, block it out, and lean away. That's also fine, same thing happens with the leg. All right? Here we got your times on this. 90 seconds, breathing both sides. It'll be worth that, folks. 3, 2, 1, and start. So putting on your towel, whatever it is, try to pull right shoulder to right foot as you open up chest, use your arm against the leg. Okay? This toe's pulled up, that toe straight, pushing this leg down to the floor and the body away. And you're pulling this leg up towards you as you try and close the gap even more. Legs are straight. Squeeze quads. If you're good and you can get to your foot, good. Okay. I prefer to get your foot out and work the rotation of my body instead. 30 seconds. Squeezing quads the whole time, mini pails and rails. Drive that leg down, try and lift it up. Drive it down, try and lift it up. This one always driving down as you push it away. Four, 3, 2, 1. Slowly away. Onto your side. Could feel completely different. I am pretty lopsided when it comes to this. Set it up again. These toes pulled towards you. All right. Legs on the whole time. This leg driving down into the floor. You're pushing away from that leg. Even if you're here, you're pushing away from that leg and pulling forwards and down into this. Take a breath. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Try to get down towards that left foot.
Oh.
So I did this a lot for quite a long time. And I visited it just the other day as a sequence was an idea as an integration. I forgot the day that I worked out driving this leg away from that leg into the floor was just as important as trying to close this space. Okay. Driving down, length through that low back. Pails and rails on the left leg now, down into the floor, lift it up, down into the floor, lift it up. Breathe into this big bit, chest. Still driving down this leg away. You're pushing this foot down to the floor sometimes, and then reversing it, trying to pull down. Okay, so micro pails and rails just to get to the end range before we forward. 3, 2, 1. Back to the middle. You come out of that for a bit, that's fine. If you felt like you were sort of really having to force yourself into position there, by all means, sit on a cushion. It might be a much more enjoyable experience, a bit higher, being able to turn that tailbone out. All right, even if it's just a little bit. All right. We need to do a little bit more work in that straddle position now. Going to combine some of the rotational aspects we were at the beginning, okay, with be in a different base position. So we're going to be in as big a straddle as you could possibly be. Okay, so really try and widen it out. Huh? You might get access to more straddle if you're sat on something. We're going to hands behind to start with. Focus on the right leg. We're going to look at some rotational movement. Okay, from this straight leg position. This leg can stay completely straight. Drive it down into the floor. Toes pulled towards you on the right hand side. Up nice and tall. I want you to now rotate the whole leg, big toe down towards the floor. It's going to feel pretty spicy in here. Okay. Big toe and knee, trying to rotate down towards the floor. Get to your end range, hold. 4, 3, 2, 1, and now rotate it out. Whole leg, not just the ankle. Little toe down towards the floor. 4, 3, 2, 1. Smoothly through the middle again. So this is like an axial capsular calf. So we used to do these lying on our back with the saloon doors, similar sort of thing. Internally rotate, build up that tension, keep the quad nice and long. Big toe, inside knee down towards the floor. 3, 2, 1. Slowly through the other side. As you get to that end range, start building up intensity, more contraction. You feel pretty comfortable in this position now. You feel like you want to challenge yourself a little bit more. You can come hands up. I know that I won't be able to generate as much force if I don't have my hands in the floor. And really, what I want out of this is to generate more force for a very specific exercise. I could do it like this, but I think I would be robbing myself of the opportunity to create force. So I'm not going to. If you want to, you can go hands up. To the other side, long leg to start with, toes pulled up, leg is straight as we now rotate inwards down towards the floor. So big toe, inside knee coming in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly out. Contract the outside of the hip. Stay long. Stay pulled up. Rotate out. 2, 1. Slowly through the middle again. Stay long through the knee. Internally rotate. Axial internal rotation. Keep going towards the floor. Keep going. 2, 1. Back out. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Something we haven't done before, and I want people to be mindful that this is probably the most advanced technique that we've used, okay? So we can use some sort of bouncing or some plyometric work, all right, in order to sort of train some of that tissue, all right? So the idea here is to maintain this. If you need to come out, it's fine. All right, you can still remain static. From here, you're going to face, rotate over one side, and start to bounce. Okay, there wants to be a rhythm to that bounce, maybe time with some breathing. It's not just passive work, all right? The whole time, we are long through the knees, pointing the toes, pulling in to the hips, all right? So you want to try and pull in and shove your hips backwards, all right? If the bounce just doesn't feel like something you want to do, you can still just pull into the hips actively and just walk your hands round and just load those tissues in this middle section, okay, nice and slowly as everybody else is bouncing through. All right? If you're all the way up here, that's fine. Keep pulling in. Play the piano across, play the piano back, and as far forward as possible. All right, 10 passes. Nice and wide. Take a breath. Pull into those hips. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Legs long the whole time. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to stay active through those hips. Stick your tailbone back towards the wall behind you. 1, 2, 5, 6. Pulling in towards the middle. 7, 8, 9. What to say? There might be some cramp in the feet. All right, guys. Well done. Well done. Well done. 8 minutes to go. Out of that just for a second. It's a lot of work to get there, isn't it? Okay. On the feet. Okay. On feet, we're going to do some positional isometrics in a standing straddle. So if you want to, you have access to a wall, might be handy, or a chair in front of you. Okay. Now, positional isometrics. We're going to find this position. So basically, I want to be able to sort of stand in a position for, yeah, that's how we're going to do it. So if you stand, feet shoulder apart, lift one leg out to the side, as high as you can get that leg, place it down. That's your first position for this isometric, positional isometric. We will do 3 rounds, okay? Getting wider and wider between each rep. That's why I want you to have some volume here. We'll do some positional isometrics, then we'll do something that looks like we'll be on the floor, and we'll be almost done, okay? So, feet shoulders apart, do this the right way. Lift up, it's not exact science, face down. That's your sort of active abduction away from the midline of the body. Okay? I want you to go hands on hips, hands on the wall, hands wherever, in order to keep balance. You've got to get access to this stuff. This is high force now. Okay? You've got to be on the insides of your feet, the balls on the insides of the heel. And we are then going to start pulling in towards the middle and pull legs towards each other. Legs remain long, then rib cage down. 20 seconds in, 20 seconds out. And again, wider, 20 seconds in, 20 seconds out, and then again wider. All right, this is hard work to finish. This is working out 10 seconds to a max effort, and then holding that max effort. Okay, take a breath in, and drive those feet together. Go through your percentages. Legs locked out. Trying to pull the earth, gather it up in the middle. Maximum effort now for 10 on the insides of those toes. And drive away from each other now. Try and split a hole in the floor, outside of hips. This first one's pretty easy here. Keeping those legs nice and long. Oh. Max effort. And relax. A bit wider. Just breathe in here. Use that chair, that's fine. Use the wall. Find the insides and pull together. Maximum effort, in, 2, 1, drive away. Push the other part, try to dig a hole out and get you in here. Drive away, drive away, drive away. And relax. Wider. Need a chair. I've got the microphone, haven't I? Is this rude? 2, 1, drive together. Inside the toes. Max effort. Ah. And drive apart. Maximum effort. 2, 1. Okay. I'm not faking it, guys. Okay. Lying on your back. Lying on your back. Last exercise. Now you can do this like this, all right? But I'm just, all right. So hands on the floor, lower back into the floor, knees into chest, and you're going to come up as high as you can and in towards your chest. Now, if you can't do that at all, you can then go knees bent, and you can open this way if you're struggling with this. Okay, you can do it up against the wall, in which case you could probably be a little bit further. And you don't have to do so much work with your abs. But I don't think for 10 reps, doing a little bit of work with your abs is too much of a problem. All right, so the idea is just to work through as much range as possibly get through, legs akimbo, and then pulling them back together. Legs akimbo, and then pulling them back together. Okay, if you can do it without support, fantastic. You need to get up against the wall, that's fine. If you're really struggling and get to a bent knee, open as much as you can. Now, because we're lying on our backs here, we've got an opportunity. You've got an opportunity to train that rib cage as well. All right, so legs up in the air, breathe out. Rib cage down, pull those legs apart. Knees long, bring them back together. Pull those apart. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Ah! Right. Right. Oh man, shaking. I thought it was all right. Thank you very much. Yeah, good question, guys. Parking the loading bay. Am I going to get the ticket? Let me check this out. Let me just stop recording.